Alrighty, we should be live. This is the emergency live stream. We currently have a life-threatening outbreak of wildfires across portions of the Great Plains here in the United States. We are talking about one of the most incredibly dangerous days of, wildfire danger, basically is what I'm trying to say. That we've seen in quite some time. But to get things started here, again, the two main wildfires that we're watching for currently are in the Beaver, Oklahoma area, as well as a little bit off to the east off to the west here near Liberal, Kansas. Right now, the largest wildfire is, at this point, the one that developed in the Beaver, Oklahoma area. Since then, it's kind of developed, or at least kind of been spreading a little bit farther off to the north and east here. So we do have a fire report here from a Mesonet just a couple of minutes ago here. Mesonet site 8S, Ashland camera recording photos of ongoing wildfire. So all of this precipitation, basically this precipitation that you see on your radar, this is actually smoke from the wildfire. So this entire band of what looks like very heavy rain, this is all the smoke plume from our large wildfires. So right now, the entire smoke plume itself is about roughly, again, 150 miles wide. Or miles long, I should say. So again, that is how far our smoke plume is getting with our Beaver, Oklahoma fire. Now, our fire off to the west is our Liberal, Kansas fire, and right now this one is also very, very long in terms of its kind of smoke plume here. Again, this is about 97 to 100 miles long, so really not good stuff here. But unfortunately, again, it looks like these two wildfires are spreading at a very rapid rate. You can see we do have fire warnings in effect for the Knowles and Gate, Oklahoma areas. So if we take a look at the first fire warning, you can see that a dangerous wildfire is located 8 miles east of Mocaine or 8 miles northeast of Beaver, moving rapidly east. The movement of this wildfire is northeast to east at 3 to 5 miles per hour. And it says, be prepared to evacuate quickly if requested. So I don't believe evacuations are being issued just yet, but a lot of people are evacuating based off of what we've seen on different Storm Chasers live streams. So we do have a couple of Storm Chasers in these areas, and they are covering this again in a very safe manner, but also are giving us incredible views of what we got going on the ground. And some of the people in these areas are actually starting to evacuate, even though they're not being told to do so as of right now. But here's an update. This was another fire warning issued about an hour ago. Again, movement is still now eastward at 3 to 5 miles per hour, but this now includes Highway US 283 in northwest Harper County. Firefighters and incident responders should anticipate extreme fire behavior, including wind-driven runs, torching, and spot fires. Dangerous fire behavior may exceed traditional offensive suppression tactics and require immediate actions to protect life and property. Again, that is some of the, more concerning fire wording that you will see in these areas here. But that's not all. We have two other fires here. We go down to Woodward, Oklahoma, which again is not a, doesn't have a small population. It's actually a decently large town here. And you can see we do have a wildfire that is currently visible on radar. And it does have quite a large smoke plume here. So that is another extremely dangerous wildfire that we need to watch out for. We do have another fire warning here. Let's take a look at this one and see what kind of wording they're issuing for this. Again, this is directly over Woodward, Oklahoma. Smoke and fire will present a threat to life and property along Oklahoma Highway 15. Again, stand by for evacuation orders here, but this is also moving rapidly east-northeast at 3 to 5 miles per hour. And they're issuing the same wording for all these fires, or the fire warnings that you should expect very, dangerous fire behavior here. We also have another wildfire moving rapidly east-northeast at 3 to 5 miles per hour here, 9 miles southeast of Lipscomb, or in the kind of Higgins area, 5 miles west of Higgins here. So yeah, I don't believe any of these areas are being told to evacuate just yet. However, I wouldn't be shocked if this does end up happening within the next hour or so. Again, some of these wildfires are getting to the point where it seems like, again, they're just growing at such a rapid rate that firefighters are having trouble keeping up. And we take a look here in the Amarillo, Texas area. We can see we have 2 other wildfires here. If we come down here to the Howardick area, you can see we have a growing wildfire. Again, this isn't too large, hopefully, again, based off of radar, but the smoke plume itself is already up to about 25 miles. And again, that's kind of a very kind of, I don't want to say easy way of determining how large the wildfires are, but again, if you're looking just right off the bat, you can see that, again, this looks a little bit less impressive, but, I mean, look at this, again, the winds out here are gusting to as high as 70 miles an hour, again, the farther north you go, but especially the south, this is not a huge wildfire, and your smoke plume is well over 40 miles long. So, again, that's what we're most concerned about. If we look at the Amarillo 18Z sounding here, this is at the Amarillo International Airport here. We pull this up. Look how, dry your atmosphere is. Your dew points are very low in this sounding here. You can see your lapse rates are very, very steep. Your P-watts are only at 11 millimeters. Okay, that's just crazy. So yeah. And you look at the 0Z soundings, and again, this still is just absolutely critical for fire. At least fire weather. So, really not good stuff with this. I'm gonna pull up stream chat. If anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to let me know. Again, we are seeing a pretty widespread little outbreak here of wildfires. So again, it is important that everyone knows what's going on in their area. If we look to the north here, we actually do have an entire county out here in Kansas currently under a fire warning. Here, this is in Rollins County. So the entire county of Rollins County, is under a fire warning here. An evacuation order is in effect for Herndon, Kansas. Evacuate to the Redeemer Lutheran Church in Atwood, Kansas. So yeah, again, you have to leave. You have to get out. This is a mandatory evacuation. So you have to get out. I'm leaving Woodward right now. My little sister is crying. Alright, so I'm very happy that you tuned into our stream. Stay calm. You don't need to worry right now. Again, if you're in Woodward, you are currently under a fire warning, but you have many escape routes here. So if you're getting out now, you're going to be fine. Again, not to scare you, but these fires are growing at a very rapid rate. So to evacuate, you're going to want to go south. You don't want to go east. Do not go east, because all the smoke, all the fire, and everything is getting pushed off to your east here towards Moorland. So if you're in Woodward, you want to go either north, west, or south. I would prefer for you guys to go north or south, because if you're going west, you're going into the Texas Panhandle, and look at this, you got another wildfire out here towards Higgins. If you're going north, you don't have many options because you have the absolutely massive fire. Oh my gosh, dude, that is heartbreaking. That is I have never seen anything like this before. That is unbelievable. Evacuation media bulletin. All right. So, we are starting to see evacuations, getting issued here. Spinning vortex. Oh my gosh. Again, the chasers out here are getting incredible views. This is your 12Z sounding at Dodge City, Kansas. This is the Dodge City Municipal Airport. Precipitable water is at 12 millimeters. Incredibly dry dew points here, and very steep lapse rates. It's awful. You do not want to see that at all. You do not want to see that. So, we do not have permission to use Max Archer's live stream, but, again, I am trying to find a live stream where we can actually see the wildfire and we're able to view it here. It looks like we have more chasers that are actually, starting to give us little views here of the fire, but again, that is just awful. You do not want to see that. You never do. But I'm gonna pull up Max Archer's stream on my side monitor here so I can watch what's going on with this, just in case. Traffic, oh my gosh, yeah, we already have stopped traffic. I don't know where this is. I don't know where he is. I think this is in Woodward. So, for, Roblox, car crash dash cam, I don't know what road this is on here, but, we have very slow, this is stop traffic in Woodward, Oklahoma. People are currently evacuating Woodward, Oklahoma, and you can't get out right now because there are so many cars on the road. So, again, the time to leave is now. It's just not a good recipe here. Again, the worst of the fire up to the north here in the Gate and Nowells area seems to be lifting to the east-northeast. Again, the fire's spreading, and when you see these deeper DBZ values here, this is indicative of heavier smoke, thicker smoke. Again, usually when you get in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 DBZs, that's when you're talking about a major fire. A major fire. You do not see that often. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm seeing this. Yeah, you have to get out now. If you are in Woodward, Oklahoma, you need to get out right now. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is spreading very rapidly. Not to scare anybody in the chat right now, but this is an extremely dangerous situation. You need to leave right now. That's just not good. That is gut-wrenching. That is very unfortunate, guys. Alright, so this is the evacuation media. We're gonna pull this up from Woodward, Oklahoma here. The entire city of Woodward, Oklahoma is currently under an evacuation immediate, meaning that you have to get it. You're ordered to leave right now. A dangerous wildfire is located southwest of the city of Woodward, spreading rapidly northeast. This area is in immediate danger from wildfires, which can cause injury or death, can burn down homes, other structures. Do not delay to pack belongings. Never drive into heavy smoke. So again, they're saying that this is developing from the southwest of Woodward and it's moving northeast. That's where the smoke and the flames are going. This is where the fire is approximately located. So you're gonna want to drive south of anything. You do not want to drive west. You do not want to drive north. You're gonna want to either go south. It just really depends on how clear US 412 is right now as far as smoke is concerned. Again, these are your routes right here. Again, you're gonna go south or you're gonna go east. I apologize if I said west. But again, that is a evacuation immediate for the city of Woodward, Oklahoma. This is in Ashtola, Texas here. Fire is taking over structures and railroad tracks within an hour. So, rapidly spreading fire over there. Really not good stuff, guys. And you'll notice we have a ton of reports here of very gusty winds, blowing dust. Again, look at this. This is literally miles north of the fire. This is only a couple miles north of the biggest fire we have. We're talking about wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour. That's awful. Again, this is literally just south of the fire. A recorded gust of 61 miles per hour on the Mesonet. It's just awful. It's just awful. Alright, I want to show you guys this. This is the Southern Plains fire temperature kind of satellite right now. This is the current satellite. And the red glows you see, these are the current fires. Let me get my Epic Pen turned on. Sorry. Alright, let me try to draw on this so that I can show you guys where the current fires are located right now, at least in the Oklahoma Panhandle, Texas. So, again, this is what's going on right now. Some fires are too small right now to even see on the current satellite look, so keep in mind there are other small fires developing. But this is the big fire out here. These are your big fires into the Oklahoma Panhandle. These are the ones where we're talking about people that are told that they have to evacuate right now. And then these are the two big ones in the Texas Panhandle, in the Amarillo, Texas area. And you'll note we do have a cold front that's pushing through this area, and this is going to rapidly accelerate the winds into a kind of a eastward motion here. That's what I'm trying to say. So the cold front's going to carry the smoke with it. It's going to push all of the smoke and the flames to the east here. So if you're in southern Kansas and you're ahead of these wildfires, again, you got to be prepared because these are spreading rapidly and they're going to be spreading to the east here with this cold front moving through. And keep in mind, the cold front has even lower dew points, which is really not good. Yes, I did just, was just informed, Jesse, that Max Archer had, fire NATOs on his stream, and that parts of Woodward is currently, on fire. Brian M. Finger also has an incredible view. Apologize for that. Again, just now trying to find any view we can of these fires. You know, we do have a clear view from Max Archer of the fire that's currently moving into Woodward, Oklahoma right now. Again, this is the fire that we were talking about earlier with the mandatory evacuation. You can see still a dense smoke plume. About up to 30 dBZs now, so very heavy smoke here. But if you tune into Max Archer's live stream right now, you can watch as the fire currently moves into Woodward. It's just awful. Fire jumped the line onto 22nd straight into town. Yeah, that's awful. Again, huge fire whirls in these in Woodward right now. Again, when you get winds to accelerate, I don't know the exact science behind fire tornadoes, but all I know is that when winds accelerate, you can see we do get a type of vortex that is a kind of a fire, but a tornado basically. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, yeah. Woodward, Oklahoma right now. If you are not evacuating yet, you need to get out. So I think what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna focus in on Woodward, Oklahoma. Then we're gonna go back up to the north here. If you're in Woodward, you do not want to go east. You do not want to go east. You're gonna want to go south here. Do not go north. Do not go east. You're gonna want to go south. Because you have no wildfires that are coming down there right now. See, if you're going west, you're gonna have to go into the smoke plume of your Higgins fire. And right now, I'm taking a look at that is unbelievable. Alright, I'm gonna pull this up on stream. This is credit to SR Radar Loops on Twitter here. I don't know if this is their video, but I feel like it is appropriate to share this. This is the current situation in Woodward, Oklahoma. These are fire tornadoes. This is what's happening in Woodward right now. Oh my gosh. This is in Woodward, Oklahoma right now. Unbelievable. I have never seen anything like this. Again, we have crews that are trying their hardest to get the flames under control. Oh my gosh. That is something that I have never seen before in my entire life. I've never seen anything like that. Again, all credit to whoever took that video. I don't know who did, but again, that is the current view of what is happening in Woodward, Oklahoma right now. Again, there is a major wildfire. There is a major wildfire in Woodward, Oklahoma right now. Again, you are currently under an evacuation immediate, which means that you are ordered to leave. You cannot stay. All I'm gonna tell you guys, do not go east. Do not. Again, it may seem like the most comforting kind of path here to take, but if you're going east, you're just going right to the fire. Look how rapidly, that was one radar scan. Look how rapidly this is spreading east. This is in 5 radar scans. It's moving, it's jumping. The wildfire is practically jumping east. So, it's riding, again, the highway here. You do not want to go into the moorland area. You're going to want to go south. Go south, because you're getting out of the way of any wildfires. Do not go east if you're in Woodward, but you have to get out. It is simply too dangerous to stay in Woodward, Oklahoma right now. Do not leave. Or, do leave. Excuse me. I apologize. Again, Max Archer has a unbelievable view right now. This here is in Ashland, Kansas right now. You can see that currently the plains are getting burned. And again, when you see it, look at all that dry grass there. That is conducive for wildfire spread. And you can listen to the winds there. What you're listening to, that is the wind, which is the number one spreading factor here is the wind. It is incredibly dry, and your type of wind goes up to 70 miles per hour. But this is a destructive wildfire. You have to evacuate immediately to the south of the city. So, this is the official document here, I believe. Not the official document, but it looks official enough. Again, you have to move south. This is what they're saying. Do not move east. You should leave now to avoid injury or death. Evacuate immediately to the south of the city. So, do not go off to the west. Do not go off to the east. Do not go north. Go south. That's your path. Again, it's the safest and most, it's the furthest away from the fires. So, if whoever was in the chat earlier talking about how they're evacuating Woodward right now, if you're still in the chat, go south. Do not go east. If you're going east, just turn around and get out of there. Do not go west because you got another wildfire out there, and it's coming in that direction. But again, that is absolutely unbelievable. Again, if anybody has any questions about their location, please do let me know. Yeah, we're here to help today. Again, this wildfire is practically jumping east. That is in 5 radar scans. 5. It is moving that rapidly. Again, and it just developed too. You never want to see that. It is gut-wrenching. Downright gut-wrenching. Again, that is awful. But if you know anyone that's currently being impacted by wildfires, send them this stream. Let them know that we're live, because again, we need to make sure that everyone is aware of the ongoing situation. This is one of the more higher end days that we're going to see this year. This is a photo from a Kansas mesonet, I believe. This station just went offline, so this is in Ashland, Kansas right now. This is when the fire started. This is in 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes right there. That's how fast these fires are spreading. They're growing. I've never seen anything like that. Again, you can see we have thin smoke. And then it's just thick and heavy smoke. And then look at these flames. Those are real flames. Just absolutely cranking out there. That is awful. Again, that's off of a Kansas mesonet. In Ashland right now. This is the AS. So this is the same one on that report we just looked at here. Let's see. I believe that's up to the north. So this is actually the one that's currently documenting the worst wildfire we have right now. So the Englewood fire, which is the Beaver fire, basically, the one that has the massive smoke plume. This is the mesonet that we were just talking about, that we just looked at, this is it. That's where it's located. So, your approximate, length of flames here. You have flames from basically down here in Nowells all the way up through here. At least. Again, there's probably still smoke and flames up here, but at least the smoke is definitely extending all the way into the Hutchinson, Kansas area. So if you're in Wichita and you've got a clear view off to your west, you could probably see smoke. And the fire is all the way down here in Ashland. Again, that's about 145 miles. Yeah, I did see that, Haley. We talked about that on stream already. So this is another, this was a snapshot from Max Archer's stream. Again, all credit to Max Archer. Again, if someone could link his channel in the live chat, that would be great. This is a fire NATO from Woodward, Oklahoma. So this is coming off of the fire here. That is one of the most impressive things I think I've ever seen. Again, this is all credit to Max Archer. This is not my photo. Most of the stuff that you're going to see here is not mine. In fact, all the stuff you're going to see here is not mine. I'm giving all credit to Max Archer. So I just want to make that very clear. But that is unbelievable. Again, I've never seen anything like that. Again, if it looks like I'm not paying attention to the radar right now, it's because I'm trying to find photos and videos of the fire so I can show you guys what's currently happening right now. Man. And by the way, this fire is jumping. It's not spreading, it's jumping. Well, it is spreading, but I'm just trying to use jumping as a term so I can really kind of hammer down how fast this is spreading. 1, 2, 3, that's 4 radar scans, and this is moving, 15 miles. It's just incredible. We have people evacuating from Howard, Texas. We now have mandatory evacuations out there, I believe. No, let's see. I think that's one of our Amarillo area fires. Alright, so it's got to be this one. Yep. So we have a mandatory evacuation for Howard, Texas here. This is the fire that's currently causing that. Again, if you are in Howard, Texas, you need to get out. You have to leave. I don't know. Does it say on the warning? Alright, it does not say it on the warning, but according to a very trustworthy Twitter kind of source here, you need to leave. But if we kind of zoom out here and take in the full scope of things right now, we're using the Dodge City, Kansas radar. This is what the smoke plume is looking like up here again from our two major wildfires. Smoke right now is actually starting to diminish north of Garden City. So this was recently a very significant fire. Again, not sure if it's 100% contained, but you can see that the smoke is actually completely gone, at least where the fire was. We still do have smoke in the air over La Crosse and Alexander, Kansas. So unhealthy air quality, obviously going to be a huge thing out there still. Other than that, we look to the north here. Don't know if these are wildfires or not. No, that's just precipitation. Again, most of the fire activity is down south. Alright, we have a new fire warning here north of Bishop Hills. This is a new one. This is for western Potter and eastern Oldham counties. Moving rapidly east at 3 to 5 miles per hour for Valley de Oro and Tascosa Road, southeast of Boys Ranch. There's a mandatory evacuation for Valley de Oro. Valley de Oro. Smoke and fire will present a threat to life and property. So, I have a view here on Twitter. Again, not sure if we're allowed to pull this up on stream, but this is a view of the Boys Ranch, Texas fire, which is this one right here that we're looking at. There's lots of smoke, and again, the color of the smoke is bright orange. It does get to a little bit of a brown, so you can't see flames in this video, but that likely does mean that there are flames. But the approximate size of the smoke plume, again, does extend all the way to Pampa, Texas. This is roughly 65 miles long here, excuse me. Yeah, I looked at Max Archer. Unbelievable stuff. I'll tell you guys, I have not seen something like this, possibly ever. Again, all these fires developed today. I mean, this afternoon. Brian M. Finger has an incredible view, but yeah, Max Archer just unbelievable. Let's see. I'm gonna have Radar Omega ready to go, just in case we do need to switch over. We do have any other views there. But it is unbelievable what's happening right now. The Ranger Road fire, which is the Ashland, Kansas fire, is estimated to be over 60 plus miles long, likely much larger than 25,000 acres right now. I believe that is, where's Ashland, Kansas at? I believe that's our Englewood fire. Yep, that is. So as of 12 minutes ago, the Englewood fire is over 25,000 acres long. And again, that's not the smoke, those are the flames. This is just awful, guys. Once again, if anybody has any questions about their location, please do let me know. Again, it's very important that everyone understands what's happening right now. Share the stream on your socials. We need to get this word out. If anybody has any suggested like videos or live streams for me to look at, again, that would be great. If anybody has any updates, again, please do feel free to leave them down in chat. But again, please try not to spread false information. Again, I know that a lot of people are trying to avoid doing that, but alright, let's go to Alright, so this is Radar Omega here. Who is this? This is Max. Okay, this is Max Archer. That is just unbelievable. I mean, look how dense that smoke is, guys. He's only a couple miles out of the fire right now. So again, that's in Woodward, Oklahoma. Let me turn on fire alerts. Can I not even look at fire alerts? That's annoying. I don't know why I can't look at that. Again, this is just awful. Again, really worried also for our fires south of Plains and Kismet. This is off to the east of Liberal, Kansas. That is also a very concerning fire, but as of right now, to my knowledge, we have 3 areas that are currently under evacuation immediates. Again, areas south of Ashland, Kansas, Woodward, Oklahoma, and to the south here. Let's see, what area was that again? Howardick, Texas. Oh my gosh. Yeah, homes and structures are burning down right now. As of an hour ago, the Beaver County fires burned at least 15,000 acres. Again, that is likely up to 25,000 or higher. That is just awful. I mean, you never want to see anything like this. Again, not only are we seeing massive wildfires spreading rapidly, but they're also targeting towns and cities. Just awful. Let's see. Beaver fire showing smoke from the Oklahoma City to Kansas City, Missouri radar. Gosh. I don't. Oh, from Oklahoma to Kansas City, Missouri. I see. That, oh my gosh, you're right. So, technically, the smoke plume here is roughly 300 miles long. Again, that's not confirmed. But if what we're seeing here in the Manhattan, Topeka, and Emporia, Kansas area, if that is all smoke, the smoke plume is over 300 miles long. Once again, I've never seen anything like that. I don't know what else to say for that. Again, that is just wild. Right now, Brian M. Finger currently has a view of structures. This is either a home or a business. Something is getting burned down right now. We do not have permission to show that on stream, but that is awful. This is from Oklahoma Tornadoes on Twitter. This photo is from Kyle Wilson. This is a fire whirl or a fire NATO in Woodward, Oklahoma right now. And unfortunately, this fire is plowing through town right now, it seems like. Gosh, that just doesn't even look real. Um, Again, if anybody has any questions about their location, please do let me know. Again, I'm kind of at a loss for words right now as, for what is happening. We got a little feature back here in the Englewood fire, as if we have multiple kind of regions of the fire that are burning harder than others. Again, I kind of feel like we could have kind of very mini sectors or sections of the fire that kind of build up to make this one big fire. Again, that's kind of how I see it. Yeah, that's what it looks like here. Is that that's how things are going right now in the Englewood area, but the worst of the fire seems to be south of Ashland and Protection. Yeah, when you see these colors of bright red, again, especially back into here, this is where the worst of the fire is located right now, approximately. So we haven't seen any pink show up on radar, which is good, because that means that so far we kind of stayed out of the 50 dBz range, but we're getting awfully close. I mean, we might even be at 50 dBzs already. Again, this is measuring the smoke plume right now. We're at about 45 dBzs on the Englewood fire. That is just awful. Again, visibility is likely down to, I mean, a couple yards at best. Just absolutely awful. Again, if you are in Woodward, Oklahoma, you have to leave now, though. Try not to sugarcoat anything, but as of right now, again, Woodward, Oklahoma is, it's on fire. Yeah, it's very hard to say that, but don't know how else we have to push the word out. see here. Again, just trying to get a good satellite view right now of the fires. So, this is a check-in here on the fire temperature satellite look right now. Again, the biggest fire is easily our Englewood fire in southern Kansas right now. But anywhere you see the bright red, that's where you see the warm fire. Dark red, you have burn scars. Very hot fire in the white. But you see these yellows here? This is a hot fire. That's you know, kind of where the worst of the flames are located. So, again, where you see these reds, these are warm fires here. But even though they look very small, it does not mean that they are actually, like, small in size. These are very large and destructive. So I want to make that abundantly clear. Alright. Let's see. Again, I just scouting Twitter here for more views of the fire. This is all credit to Jared Burke. This is posted by the Hotshot Wake Up page on Twitter. Again, this is what a view of, the Beaver, Oklahoma fire. So, again, the biggest fire that we have right now. Very, very large flames there. Again, this is a raging wildfire. Once again, if you're in Woodward, Oklahoma right now, you're currently under an evacuation immediate, meaning that you are ordered to leave your area is. So you should not be going north, west, or east. You're going to want to go south. So I know a lot of people are probably going to end up going west, but you've got another fire off to west in the Texas Panhandle. You don't want to go north because there's another even bigger wildfire up there that's currently causing lots of road closures, but also lots of smoke. And you do not want to go east because that's where the fire itself is. So you're going to want to take your southern option here. That's your safest bet, safest play. Again, you're going to get out of the low visibility. Might be still a little hazy, but yeah, you're not going to get any fires down there, at least for several miles. And, yeah. Between 10,000 to 50,000 estimated without power in Texas, could be non-fire related. We do have damaging winds in the area, again approaching 70 miles an hour, so I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of that is because of wind, but yeah. Again, this is just very, very sad. What's up, Chase? The fire's in east. I don't think it's mainly west, southwest part. No, it is east. If you look here, yeah, you can see all the smoke is pushed into the moorland area, and the evacuation media does say that you should not be traveling east. So do not go east. You want to go south. And especially not west, because that's where the fire at least originated from. That's where it started burning, so there likely is still a fire going on in this area. And then even past that, you've got another fire in the Texas Panhandle. You're going to want to go south, because also up to the north, you have another major fire. Well, no matter where the fire's at, again, even if it's just smoke, but especially if there's still flames up in this area, you're going to want to go south either way. So you're going to want to take the south option towards Mutual, Sharon, and Vichy. Again, you just want to get out of the area. Get out of this fire's way. It's not worth it. Do not wait, because this is literally, we talked about how fast it's moving. This is literally jumping across the town. Jesse said he was watching Max Archer's stream, and he said it literally jumped over a road, basically. The flames got pushed so, horizontally that they actually pushed the fire across the street. So the street itself didn't burn, but the wind is so strong, the flames were pushed horizontal, so they were actually touching the ground on the other side of the street, and that's how this fire was spreading. And that's why, if you look on radar here, it only takes a couple scans for the fire to literally travel from Woodward to the Moreland area. And again, this is where the worst of the smoke is located right now. Again, I do think the approximate burned area seems to be within this sector. Again, I could be off, but again, approximately, that's where the fire is located. But yes, you do want to go south. Again, you have to evacuate, but go south. Well, let's look at this. So if we go to 3D here, we look at our echo tops. Right now, according to radar, our smoke plume is about, let's see, about 20,000 feet high, or maybe a little closer to 17,000. But again, these are our echo tops right now. In our Ashland, Kansas fire, according to radar, roughly 17,000 feet. And that could just be because it's far away from radar, but gosh, not good. Val and Amy Vaster has an amazing view. I did see that they were live. I haven't checked their view in a while. Let's see. There we go. Oh yeah, they do have a good view. They had actual flames earlier. Oh my gosh, they have a terrifying view of the fire moving into Woodward. Oh man, yeah, that's bad. Lots of smoke out there. Woodward Mesonet Station was burned to the ground. Yeah, I mean that's the 8S Mesos, excuse me, Mesonet. The Englewood area again. This is the one that gave us our report. Mesonet site 8S Ashland camera recorded photos of ongoing wildfire. We were actually able to obtain those photos off of the Kansas Mesonet Twitter page. And I guess that was the last recorded photo until it just burned down. Again, it's unavailable right now, so. But again, if we take a look at the full smoke plume here in Kansas, again, if you're including the very, very light smoke all the way up towards the outskirts of Kansas City, you're talking about a roughly 300-mile smoke plume. It's just wild. Should we look at Meso 2? I think it's, yeah. There we go. We're gonna want to look at your fire. Can you not look at this? Yeah, I can't really see that good. If you look at your service visibility here, you can see this really well. This is your visibility off the Englewood fire. Again, according to MRMS data, actually no, this is real-time mesoscale analysis. Again, you're talking about visibility down to about half a mile or less. Again, we are seeing in some spots no visibility at all. Again, these are active wind speeds right now. This is not your wind gusts even. I mean, you're talking about winds of sustained 30 miles per hour here, where we have our major fires. And if you're talking wind gusts, you're talking about up to 60 miles per hour. In some areas, even as high as 70. Let's see. Again, just absolutely unbelievable stuff. Alright, let's see here. Again, this is what I'm trying to show you guys, is that there's a chance that what we're seeing here is that the fire has burned most of this area, and it's actually spreading, and it kind of, the worse the fire at least is shifting, is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of this is likely still on fire. I want to make that clear in here, but I think that the worst of the flames is actually pivoted off to the east because a lot of this is already burned down, which is, it's sad, and arguably worse. News 9 is near Southern 32nd Street, viewing homes in the Braxton Drive area of Woodward. I think I just tuned into their stream a minute ago. I saw they were watching. Recently, they had a view of the side of the road being burned. Yeah, now you can see there is visible flames behind homes here. Take a look at Brian Empfinger. Oh, wow, that's just awful. So right now, Brian Empfinger is watching a home being absolutely burned down. I don't know where this is at. This is likely Woodward, Oklahoma. Again, this is just awful. No, this is the Beaver, Oklahoma. This is just so sad. Again, I would show you guys this on stream, but I don't have permission from Brian personally. But if you guys want to go look at his stream right now, it's been oh my gosh. It's been about 20 minutes, and this thing is oh wow, yeah, this thing is completely burned in one side. Oh, he's getting drone footage. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that, dude. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Again, I'm not trying to self-promote too much on this stream just because this is a very serious situation. All donations, okay, I'm gonna say all donations of the stream will go towards fire victims, so if you do end up being generous and you do want to donate, again, just know that all of your donations will go towards fire rescue and kind of rebuilding efforts there. Let's look here. Let's look at Google Maps really fast. I want to show you guys what the traffic is looking like right now in Woodward, because a lot of people are getting out right now, so I'm just worried that, we do actually have some traffic. Apologize for that. So, we can officially call the fire in the Oklahoma Panhandle, the Ranger Road fire. We actually can get some stats here on Google Maps. Hold on, let me just take this off your screen 1 second. 1 second, gang. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to grab something really fast. Let's see. Let's take a look back here into Oklahoma. So, this is your Ranger Road fire. So I believe this is the hatched area is where the dense smoke is, and your actual flames, I believe, is in the red and orange here. So, okay, yeah. So the medium smoke is in the kind of hatched little box here. The hatched lines going around the box. Heavy smoke is anywhere, down here into the Mocaine area. That's where we have heavy smoke. And then your active fire, your active flames, is anywhere in the red shade. So this is your Ranger Road fire. Again, this is the largest fire right now. And here are your evacuation immediates. So this is the evacuation immediate for the city of Woodward, Oklahoma, as well as southwestern city of Woodward. If we click on this, again, a large and destructive wildfire was burning out of control. That is heartbreaking wording there. And then another evacuation immediate we have is for Potter County, in the Amarillo area. OEM mandatory evacuation now for the for Valley de Oro due to the fire. So if you're in Valley de Oro out here in the Texas Panhandle, you need to get out. Currently under an evacuation immediate. I believe those are the only 2 evacuation orders we have now. So I don't really know why we don't have evacuations up for our fires south of Ashland, but it could just be because we don't have any population centers out there. So that's the latest. If we look at the 43 fire, again, this is the fire that is currently burning out of control in the Woodward, Oklahoma area. Again, look at the traffic right now in Woodward. You have bad traffic here. Anywhere in the red is bad traffic. Green is fine. And again, it looks unfortunately like a lot of people are going west. Or at least people are evacuating from the west. I'm hoping that that's the case, because if anything, we should see traffic fill up in here, and that's not what we're seeing. A lot of the traffic is happening in here, and again, the fire is coming up through this area. That's what we're most worried about. So the time for people to travel south here, it's closing right now. So that's the latest with the 43 fire. Lipscomb 1436, 0% contained, but it's still less than 1 square kilometer burned. This is a very small fire, but this is in the Higgins area. Then we have some views on this. There's a lot of dense smoke, but there aren't any active flames, at least visible by chasers right now. Again, obviously it doesn't mean that there aren't flames, but this fire up here is unnamed, I believe, up here near Liberal, Kansas. This is the second one we were watching. That's this fire up here. So this one is unidentified right now. Obviously, it's been burning for quite a while. So, we've got that fire, and then, and you've got a bunch of other fires out here into the Texas Panhandle. Just, really not good. So our Ranger Road fire is now, as of an hour ago, has burned 15,000 acres. There is no contaminant on this, so this is not contained at all. Everyone south of Highway 160 and west of Road 5 needs to evacuate at this time per Comanche County Emergency Management on Facebook. Again, that's an hour ago, so we do have mandatory evacuations, at least for separate roads here in the Ranger Road fire. And then back down to our fire near Woodward. This also is 0% contained. The fire has crossed fence line, is moving back towards 22nd Street. Units requested the 22nd and Hanks Trail per radio traffic. And again, all the wording here is that the fire is jumping and crossing, and it's moving very fast. It's spreading here. Everything is moving east, inaudible child. Again, trying to get more views here of the unbelievable fire outbreak here. Not even just one fire. Again, there's multiple here that are burning out of control. News 9 says the neighbor he was in was saved by winds moving due west now. The winds are not moving due west. I don't know. I mean, I guess, let's see. I just don't know how winds are moving due west and the fire just is continuing to be pushed farther east. Again, there's a chance that maybe the wind shifted, but we have a cold front coming in from, I believe that's actually been coming through from the west, which is pushing the winds east here. So I don't know how that would be possible, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that's even possible, but I mean, I guess it's there's a chance that that's what's going on here, but again, I wouldn't count on it being a very dominant kind of force. Again, this is just awful. Yeah, he probably meant coming from the west. I'm gonna pull this up again. Real fast. So, this was, out of Woodward, Oklahoma. Again, credit to, Domino Food and Fuel. I don't know whose video this is, but these are fire NATOs in Woodward, Oklahoma, as the town was burning down. Again, I hate to use that kind of, those kind of words, but I don't know how else to put it. That is just awful. You could call these like fire whirlwinds, smoke whirlwinds, but gosh, I mean, look at the crews, just trying everything they can. That guy's standing on top of a moving truck, spraying water. It's actually doing a little bit there, but you just can't control fire that's so erratic. It's just awful. So again, that's just a small snapshot of what's going on. Again, a big chaser I want you guys to look at is Brian M. Finger. If you want to get a view of what's going on out there, that's an excellent view. Let's see if he's still watching the house. Yeah, he is. Pretty sure. Or he's in some sort of driveway right now. That is just unbelievable. I'm gonna pull this up on stream really fast. Again, this is all credit to Brian M. Finger. I feel like it is very appropriate for us to pull this up on stream just to show you guys what's happening. So this is a house in Woodward, Oklahoma, absolutely being burned down. Again, this is just one of many structures and houses that's being affected right now. Again, that is all credit to Brian M. Finger. Again, he is doing all the work. This is not my photo, but I feel like it is important that I show you guys what's going on with this right now. If we check back in here on how big our smoke plume is from our large fire out here, again, can't even tell if that's smoke or not. Be nice if we could even get radar to load. Oh, and radar scope just crashed. Apologize for that. Look at radar mega here. Just unbelievable. Oh my gosh, dude, that's... So, there's a view of a backyard here completely burned down. We have structures burned down right here. I don't think people are injured, but gotta make sure everyone's okay. Yeah, we have two separate areas of most likely very intense burning that's currently going on here. Again, this is south of Protection in Coldwater, Kansas. So, this is very thick smoke up here, as well as down here. Again, two very large smoke plumes. Back here, I'm assuming that what's going on is that most of what you're seeing here in the Englewood, Gate, Rawson area is currently burned down already. So, this is still likely on fire, though. This is still likely up in flames. But we're likely starting to see more flames kind of fill in that area. And that does line up with our fire tracker here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to end off the stream here. Just because, again, right now we don't have many updates coming at the moment. Again, all we have to look at is what's going on Twitter and YouTube and everything. And again, most of the YouTube streams we don't have permission to look at. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if we have any people covering right now. You know what? No, we're just gonna send you guys a John McKinney. We're gonna do that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a stream raid. And send you guys over to Papa John. And we'll be good to go. So, again, I appreciate all of you for tuning in. If I do end up going live again later tonight, which is a possibility, but pretty unlikely, then please do join the stream. If not, do go over to Davis's stream. I believe he said that he might end up going live. So that is a possibility, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you all for coming to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.